Hey fellow explorers, this is the historic lodge inside Zion National Park. In this video, I'm gonna show you around the hotel, I'm gonna show you inside of my room, then I'm gonna share with you my pros and cons of this hotel and let you know, is it worth it? And I'll let you know how much I paid for this room and then let you know whether you should consider staying here on a trip to Zion National Park or not. All right. Let's go. Okay, first I want to start with where this lodge is. This is right in the middle of the scenic drive in Zion Canyon. Just over there is shuttle stop number 5, but you can probably see a shuttle right back there. So it's like 2.5 miles from the visitor center, 2.5 miles to the Temple of Sinawava, right in the middle, a super awesome place. And what's really cool about staying here is that when the road is only open to shuttles during high season, you can actually drive your car all the way in to this lodge and park right at these parking lots out in front and be kind of here in the canyon at night, have it all to yourselves. And same thing, you can start out your hikes in the morning before everybody else because the shuttles don't start running until 8. And so if you're staying here, you can actually get on the trails even earlier than that. All right, but let's go check out the check-in building and then we'll go check out the other buildings where the actual rooms are. Okay, so this is the main building that has the check-in area, the gift shop, the cafe, and the main restaurant where they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The shuttle stop is right over there, and that's also where you park to check in. You park in that lot, and then you move your car to where the guest rooms are. There's some nice rocking chairs to sit in right here. And this isn't just for hotel guests, you know, anybody who's at Zion can come and sit in there. And this brings us into the lobby. The check-in desk is right there in the back. There are some nice sofas to sit at if you are waiting. Over here is the gift shop. Gift shop has a lot of, typical gift shop trinkets that you would expect in a national park gift shop. And some, art that you might want to take home about the Narrows, which is one of the most famous hikes, and Angel's Landing, which is probably the most famous hike. Going over this way to the other side of the lobby, we have a staircase that goes up to Red Rock Grill. That's the restaurant in here, and they're open, as I said, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Those are the times as of right now. Change throughout the season. The prices are pretty reasonable, like entrees for dinner, somewhere around $20, so not too bad. In this corner, we've got restrooms. I'll show you the restaurant tomorrow morning when I eat there for breakfast. Back over this way, there is an ATM if you need some cash. There's a little window that I don't know what they do with that. And then over here, there is an auditorium. I assume you could rent this, or maybe they do special presentations here or something like that. Oh, but before I go outside, I want to show you the screen they've got here where they tell you about trail closures, ranger programs, also information about the Narrows. This is the most famous hike. We actually hike to the river. They tell you the water flow because when flowing too much, it's not safe to go in. And the water temperature, chilly today, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can also check out maps of where we are. You can see a map of the lodge or a map of the different hiking trails. And so it's pretty cool. And so here's where we are in the lodge, and here's where the guest rooms are. There's 2 main buildings and these cabins, so let's really go check them out now. All right, so we're just leaving the lobby right behind us. Interesting, there is a vending machine right over here where you can get some drinks. Turn the camera around so you can see the buildings. The first one of the 2-story buildings is the Sentinel right here. And tell you what, I'll actually walk through the Sentinel so you can see what the hallways look like. The parking lot that you'd move your car to is just over here. All of these rooms in these 2-story buildings have balconies. You'll see mine in just a little bit when you do the room tour. There is no key card to get in these rooms, just walk in. As far as I can tell, there's only staircases to get up to the 2nd floor. But we'll walk through this whole thing and we'll see if there's an elevator or not. But when I peeked through my building, there wasn't. There's a desk here. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But there's a nice kind of just woody vibe down here. There are ice machines in the building. There's also vending machines and water bottle fillers. Let's see, how much is a Coke here? Push that button. Broken, as you would expect. There's a little seating area right here if you're waiting for your colleagues in the little lobby of this building. And then we come out this way to the exit door. So indeed, no elevator in here, just 2 staircases. Okay, that goes out of the Sentinel building. And now this brings us to the Watchman building that you'll see where my room is. The inside hallways look very similar to the one we just walked through. But another set of rooms that are pretty cool are these little cabins that are over here. And there's like maybe 4 rooms or something per cabin. So this is just how you walk in. You walk in through your little porch, through your screen door, and then you go in there. The entrance to the Watchman building, some people sitting up on their balcony. These appear to have fireplaces. I don't know if you can like bring wood or do any wood burning in there, but definitely like a really just cool feel. And you know, I think it'll be neat to be here when it gets dark. I'll show you what the vibe is like when it gets dark and just how dark it is out here. Oh, and I'm going to show you the lobby of the Watchman building because it is a little bigger than the other one. And most importantly, there's a microwave here if you need one because there aren't any in the rooms. All right, so as promised, let's take a look at the restaurant. This is up on the 2nd floor of the main lodge building. As you first come in, there's quite a bit of seating right next to the staircase. It's a really big restaurant. I was here early for breakfast, so that's not why there's that many people. Let's take a look at the breakfast buffet. $12, all you can eat, pretty good deal. Pancakes, biscuits, and gravy. We've even got some fresh fruit like strawberries and peaches and mandarin oranges. And overall, I really enjoyed the breakfast, pretty solid. Lunch is also a buffet. Dinner is order off the menu. And if you're at the lodge when the weather's nice, they have an outdoor seating area. You look out at that American flag and there's great views of the canyon above. Now that we've seen everything around the hotel, let's check out the inside of one of the rooms. This is room 221, a king bedroom up on the 2nd floor of the Watchman building. Here is the big king bed. You'll notice this woody look right away. There's these interesting stained glass lamps on the sides of the bed. There's some artwork of the canyon right now. There is a desk that has a similar stained glass lamp there, along with one up there. Even the trash can has the same woody look to it. There's a big flat panel television, along with the safe underneath, and some empty drawers for you to put your stuff in. There are 2 of these big, easy chairs, wood on the outside, some leather pillows underneath. Another headboard clock. Nice that they've recently upgraded with some USB power outlets back over there. Heating and air conditioning here in the wall behind this table. One of the real special things about these rooms is the balcony on the back. All these rooms in the main building have balconies on them, and on the balconies there are 2 rocking chairs and a little table. My room kind of looks at the back side of Zion back here. So not over like towards Angel's Landing, but I'm gonna guess this is like the quiet side. All right, and then going back in the room, as we walk away this way, there's a mirror right here. Hello, how do you do? The door we came into, and now the bathroom over here. In the bathroom, we've got the big wide sink counter. They've got the facial tissue down here. They've got the ice bucket here. They've got a big mirror. And they let you know that if you want to buy these soaps, I don't know who would, but if you want to, they're the Zion Signature Collection. They're available in the gift shop for $18 each. Don't try to take them home. The closet is right here. In the closet, ironing board, few hangers. On the left side, there's the coffee machine in the room. And down here, there is a little mini fridge, empty, for you to put your stuff in and cool down. And then finally, the toilet and shower part of the room. I don't know why the light in here is kind of so weird, but it is. It's not very cheery in here. There's a bathtub and a single fixed head up there. All right, well, now that we've seen everything around the hotel and the inside of the rooms, it is time for our hotel review, where we'll share with you the pros and the cons of the hotel and answer the question, is it worth it? And as usual, for the review section, my traveling panda buddy, Topher, has joined me for this section. So first of all, how much did this room cost us? At the end of 2023, it was $250 a night. The National Park Service sets the rate, and so it's the same rate every day. It doesn't matter when you come. You can book it up to 13 months in advance. July 4th, Christmas Day, you just need to go ahead and book it to get that rate. It doesn't raise or it doesn't lower. If you want the cabin rooms, they're about $20 more, and there are some suites that are for even more. So before we get into the pros and cons, we're going to rate the hotel on a scale of 1 to 5 Tophers. And so Topher, how many Tophers does the Zion Lodge get? It's going to get 4 Tophers. All right, so now let's talk about the pros and the cons of why this hotel got 4 Tophers. And first, we're going to start with the first pro, the price. I think the price is actually quite reasonable. I was just at the Grand Canyon and stayed at the El Tovar there, which was almost twice the price at $450. And frankly, the room was not as nice and not as big. So good price. Second pro. I mean, the location is amazing. Like, it is super amazing to stay in this canyon and be here when almost nobody else is, in the morning, in the night. It's just really peaceful until people like me come out here and start talking. By the way, where am I sitting? There's like the little cafe here that is closed for the winter, so I'm seated out at the cafe seats right on the side. But yeah, just like the serenity, and to sit here at like sunrise time and have it all to ourselves before the shuttles start running. So that's another great thing about the access, is you can get on the trails like Angel's Landing before the shuttles get here. Now, you have to have a permit to go all the way to the top, but if you don't have a permit, you can go up to Scout Landing, which is still pretty high up, and you can do that before most other people do. So you can like actually kind of commune with nature before the hordes start to descend. Also, now going into the room itself, the room was big, the bed was comfortable, I slept pretty well, it was quiet. However, I did hear some water from my neighbor, like when they were taking a shower or they were running the sink, I did hear some water. So I don't know if that's all the rooms or just my room, but that was kind of like the one sound that I heard. The breakfast is also pretty decent. It's $11, all you can eat. You do have to pay a few more dollars for drinks, but like the breakfast had everything I wanted on it, and at 7 a.m. when they open, nobody's there, so you can walk right in, get your breakfast, and walk right out 15 minutes later and get on with the rest of your Zion activities. Also, the nice thing about parking here is that when you stay at the lodge, if you're here just for one night or multiple nights, but when you check out, you can still keep your car here all day until you're ready to leave the canyon. So that is nice. You don't have to like take your car out and then get back on the shuttle again. So now on to the cons. What are the cons? First one is no cell phone service. I mean, okay, I can't really fault the hotel for this. This is definitely like a national park thing, but like it is odd to stay in a hotel and not have cell phone service. Second, the Wi-Fi service, it's indeed really slow. At the Grand Canyon, it was a lot better. You know, they have the sign to be like, due to our remote location, and I've stayed in a couple remote locations recently, Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon, their internet was a lot better than the lodge here. So Zion Lodge, it'd be great if you could up those internet speeds just a bit. Other cons, while the room was big and nice and comfortable, you know, Xanterra, which operates all the national park lodges, I complained at all of their properties about the facial tissue. It's like really hard. Also the bathroom, I don't know, it could use some like brighter lighting or something. Like the sink part of it was fine, but like the toilet and tub part of it was just kind of sad, I think, because the light wasn't very bright and it just wasn't very cheery. I mean, the shower and the water worked just fine and I got clean, but you know, I still like a cheery bathroom. And my final con is that if you are staying here multiple nights, there is no stay over housekeeping at all. It doesn't really matter how long your stay is, there is no stay over housekeeping. And that's another like Xanterra-wide national park properties policy. Xanterra, it's been a long time since the pandemic. Can we please get back to daily housekeeping? Thanks. And so now on to the question of, is it worth it? I mean, I think so. I think I've stayed in a number of national parks and lodges, and I think that this is worth it. This is a really central property. The room is good. It's comfortable. The price is right. And it gives you access when they operate the shuttle. So they operate the shuttles in Zion like summer season, which is like March or April until October, November. It sort of changes a little bit every year. And they also operate the shuttles during like Christmas week. So at that time, you actually can't drive your car into the canyon. You have to take the shuttles. And so if you stay here, you can bring your car into the canyon, which is just super neat. And so I think that's a perk that comes with it that definitely makes it worth it. If you're coming in the low season when the shuttles aren't running, then it might not be worth it because then anybody can drive their car in here. And there are a lot of good hotels just out the gate in Springdale that definitely compete with this one in those times. Another one that we really liked last time we stayed here is the Spring Hill Suites. And so you can check that review out right here if you want to consider another hotel out in town. But if we came back here during high season, we would definitely stay here again. All right, fellow explorers, as usual, we won't say goodbye because we'll see you in the next video. Oh, and you might enjoy my Zion guide right here.